Today is another crucial day for BP. The company is set to begin Operation Top Kill, its latest effort to plug the gushing oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico. For more on the rising stakes for BP day by day, they keep rising. We're going back to the BP War Room with Adam Johnson. Adam is joined by Brian Gibbons, senior oil and gas analyst at CreditSights, and Jason Schechter, Burson-Marsteller's chairman of U.S. corporate practice. Adam, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Eric. Guys, welcome to the War Room. We know why we're here, right? We're trying to figure out how bad, how long, and of course, now what. Brian, let's start with you. You're an analyst, a very well-respected analyst in the oil business. Is this thing a buy or a sell right now, BP?
Well, I'd say, Adam, the stock's down in market cap 56%.
30% roughly, that's how much it's lost?
30%, and to put in perspective the cost of the spill, ballpark, we're looking at $5 billion. So the market cap loss on BP is already 10 times the spill amount. So I think that kind of answers our question there. This could be a buy at these levels if the costs are around $5 billion.
Now, Jason, of course, your business is crisis control. You've seen a lot of bad situations. How bad is this?
It's pretty bad. You know, Brian's right about the market cap, but you also have a situation where over 70% of Americans disapprove of the way that BP's handling the situation. You also have a lot of different players involved here. It's not just BP. It's Transocean that built and owns the rig. It's the federal government that obviously has lax regulation.
Can BP overcome the negative energy? Are they doing enough?
They're getting there now. They're now streaming a lot of what's going on in the leak live, which is good. They're going to continue that with the top kill procedure today. They're giving money to fishermen. So yes.
Okay, now I'll tell you what. Let's just jump in and look at the numbers.
Yeah,
all right, Brian, this is right up your alley. Cash versus cost. How much money they got coming in? $6 billion in cash, $28 billion in cash flow.
Right.
All right. $15 billion in credit, $49 billion. Again, rough numbers, and depending on how you slice it.
Right.
42 on the other hand going out between the cleanup.
Right.
If it's, you say it's only 5.
I
maybe
think
it's
5
12.
at this point on a ballpark. Yeah, that could be high.
Is the drilling budget.
Yep.
In other words, it looks like they have enough money coming in to cover this thing, but could it go the other way?
No, I think that's enough. I think $12 billion would absolutely be in the worst case scenario, and that's if this thing were to flow at 60,000 barrels a day for a full 90 days.
Which is 12 times what BP is saying.
Yes,
they're saying
exactly.
5,000 a day.
Yes, I think it's somewhere in between. I don't think it's at 60. That would be worst case. But yes, even in worst case here, we still have $7 billion left over for them to pay.
Now, Jason, there have been some disasters over the years, whether you're talking about Vioxx, whether you're talking about Bhopal. Here they are, the Valdez, $5 billion. And these are settlements. Right. These are not cleanup costs. These are settlement costs. That's in addition, perhaps, to this. How bad, when you compare it to these other disasters, how bad is this?
Well, this is up there. As we're saying, you know, the numbers we're talking about exceed what we're seeing on this screen. But again, it doesn't mean that it's over. BP is a company with strong fundamentals. It's Britain's second largest company. So I certainly think they can recover from this. But
so to the balance sheet issue, in other words, they're strong enough, Brian?
Absolutely. Financially, they're strong enough. They have low leverage levels and excess free cash flow coming in. Their options would probably be to sell some assets to fund this in a worst case scenario, and then maybe take on a little additional debt because they have low leverage. So I would say they're going to be able to do this from the cash on hand and the annual free cash flow over the next couple of years.
Now, just so we're all on the same page, let's take a look at the animation. This is the top kill that they're talking about today. Here's the well, all right, the oil is coming out. They're going to pump first the drilling mud. Hopefully that holds, and then the cement. Hopefully that holds, and the thing is sealed. Is this viable?
I would say this is uncharted territory, and this is where, in terms of crisis management, I think, Jason, this is where the 95% probability this thing gets solved with the relief well that's going to finish up in June. This top kill, marginal at best, but BP's got to be out in front.
And the one thing I would add, there's a political component here, right? There's a lot of pressure on them. So if it doesn't work, exactly, that's exactly right. If it doesn't work today, that's going to be a big issue.
Right.
If they fail, if you were coaching BP right now, and if this thing fails, what would you tell them to do?
Well, I think they need to get out and educate everybody about exactly why it failed, what they're going to do next, and show that they have a plan from beginning to end that's going to ultimately solve this.
All right, market value. Let's talk about lost market value in the market. All right, there are 5 companies. They've lost, what, about $87 billion. Look at this, BP 56, Transocean 11, Anadarko 10. I mean, these stocks have lost so much value. You're saying they're a buy at this point.
I would think so. What I would point out here is BP had lost 20% of their market value before the broad market swoon about 10 days ago that began. So I would say, you know, we've lost 20%, and then we've lost another, you know, 10% here in the last couple of days as the markets have been falling down. So yes, I think it's a buy at these levels.
So the analyst calls it's a buy. As the PR expert, you feel that BP can actually overcome this thing?
I do, and again, they're doing a lot of the right things right now. They're getting out. They have over 20,000 1,000 people in 4 states engaged in this effort. They're clearly putting a lot of resources into it. But today's going to be a big day. We could be having a very different conversation at this point.
All right, guys, 2 experts effectively saying BP's a buy.